Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at therapyhealing.com. Hope you guys are doing really well. This is your weekly reading, your general reading, and it is for the week beginning the 30th through to the 5th. So the 30th of May through to the 5th of June. I'm going to be using the Psychic Tarot deck. And the cards that have been selected that's come up in your reading is the 2 card, which is mental conflict. This would be the 2 of swords in the traditional tarot deck. The 6 of victory and success. This would be the 6 of wands in the traditional tarot deck system. And the 7, which is choose wisely, which I believe would be the 7 of cups. Yes, I just wanted to double check that. So we basically got like 3 different elements here, which is interesting. And then we have a major arcana card, which is the 6 of harmony, which would be the lovers. And so what this is telling me is the mental conflict card is always going to show up when you're trying to make a choice, you're trying to think what is the right move forward for you. And I think the reason why this card is showing up is because there's some successes that's going to be coming up and victories. So what this means is that like this card shows up when you are maybe receiving some kind of advancement in your work situation. So this could be a raise, it could be a better paying job, it could be receiving some kind of reward, or just other people seeing what you're doing and just telling you, you've done a job well done, basically. But so what I'm kind of seeing here is that you have some kind of things that you need to work out in terms of this victory. Or maybe it's a case of you're, considering taking something new, taking another position, doing a different job. The only thing I would say with this card is that, with greater uh what have I where's the word? It's almost like if you have a better position, then it means that you have to take on more responsibilities. So it's like, yeah, you get paid like more, but then obviously the responsibilities are usually going to be more. So it might be a case of maybe you're thinking, do I want those kind of responsibilities, or do I want to work in this particular field? Like that may be where the doubt is coming from. Like maybe everything is good in terms of like money and accolades, which this card can kind of represent, but you might be considering whether this is really the path for you, whether you really want to do this thing. Or it could be a case of maybe you're just thinking about potential what you want to do in the future, basically, what direction you're going to go in, and that you want maybe a better paying job, or that you want a better circumstance, like you want your current situation to improve, but maybe you're not exactly sure of how, or you're not exactly sure of what you want to move into, or what is the right direction for you to go in. And so with this card, it's basically saying give yourself the chance to really choose properly. So it's almost like if you're finding that you're in this state of confusion, it's kind of telling you, don't just think, oh well, because I'm unsure of things right now, I'm just going to go with the first thing that comes up, or I'm just going to go with I'm just going to make this snap decision. It's kind of telling you to give yourself the time to really work out what is right at this time. Don't act in haste, because I almost feel like if you do, you're going to make a decision that you're probably going to regret down the line, because it's almost like the card is doubling this message. Like it's giving you 2 cards to basically say, give yourself some time to really think things through and really see if that's the right choice for you. Because this card could be saying that you're presented with a lot of options at this time. So it could be saying that it's not just one possibility for you. It's not just one, okay, I've been successful at that. Like this could be a case of maybe you have applied for a number of different jobs, and you may hear back from maybe more than one, and then you have to make that decision of, do I go in this direction or do I go in this direction? but however they're presenting themselves to you is kind of saying that whatever is in the pipeline for you is good, like there is a good result. But then at the same time, it's saying don't be fast to make a snap decision. Give yourself the time to really think things through. And another thing with this card, which is sort of interesting, that it's been showing up like quite often, I've been finding in just readings that I've been doing and things like that. And so I kind of feel like this card is just representing the energy of what is taking place, I think, universally right now, and basically what that energy is. And so I would say, even if like this like specific message of these other cards don't even resonate with you, I just feel like there's something in this card that is really representing the energies of what is currently taking place now, just universally. And I feel like it's kind of telling us that we have to be realistic with our choices, and not only be realistic, but we also have to be able to really decipher, okay, what is truth from what is fiction, or what is an illusion to what is reality. Because this card could be saying that all may not be exactly what it seems, or it could be saying that you don't want to get into a situation thinking that everything is going to be all grand and all good, and then get into it and then be like, okay, this isn't quite what I bargained for. Because I kind of feel that there is this energy, kind of a bit of illusion going on generally. And so it's kind of saying that at this time, be careful of things that you commit yourself to, especially if it's something that's brand new. Like that's another thing I've even been finding for myself, is for me how this energy has been turning up is I've been seeing, especially because I like tarot decks. Like, I've been seeing decks that, let's say, like are discontinued, and they're on, but so there's sellers that are selling them for like super dirt cheap, and I'm like, there must be something about that. Like, that can't be real, because how can other sellers be selling a deck for like £200, £300, £400, because these decks are rare and are currently out of print, and yet someone shows up with like one for like £11, and then I see another discontinued deck that is super expensive as well, and then and it shows up for like 30 something pounds. And with me, like, I'm always a bit like, okay, let me see what my say. And they always do say, like, don't go for it, like something's up with it. So I just feel that there is this kind of energy going on of like just underhandedness, or if it's not being underhanded, or things not being quite what they're saying, or things being too good to be true. So I would say, like, do be careful of that kind of thing as well. So that's why I say choose wisely. It's saying make smart decisions at this time, because I feel like if you sort of just leap before you look, then more than likely you might end up being shafted, or just getting into a situation that isn't exactly what it seems. And so even for some of these people, for some of you guys, this might even be not only a situation in work, like this could be a situation in love as well. So that's interesting. And sometimes our emotions, especially in relation to this kind of card, sometimes our emotions can get the best of us, and sometimes we think, because we think emotionally, and sometimes, that leads us to maybe not thinking so rationally. So it could be saying that maybe you have to choose wisely, even when it comes to partnerships, or even people that you associate with, or even like business dealings. So what I'm kind of seeing here is that I don't want to get anyone thinking, like, trying to, be suspicious of everyone that they meet. But what I kind of feel with this card underneath is, I almost feel like like it's speaking of a union, but the union is like, it's like everything just ain't quite what it should be, basically, or it's not quite what it seems. So I would say kind of be careful, because I almost feel like it's sort of saying in these cards as well that there could be a trust situation where you really do trust a person, and it doesn't quite turn out exactly how you expect either. So just be careful of that kind of thing, because I think with this card, it's almost like saying that something can present itself like so good. Like, it can almost, like, this is a card that shows up when you feel like you're in a better position than what you are currently. And who doesn't want to be in a better position to what they are, right now? So because of that, it can be the allure of the fantasy of a situation. But then it's kind of saying in the cards as well, it's like you have to be wary of the things that you may even be fantasizing about or really desiring at this time. Just make sure that everything is like legit and on the up and up. That's what I would say. So peace and many blessings to you guys. I'll be seeing you. Bye.